Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this poem named Childhood that we were doing. And in the previous video, I stopped at the explanation of the fourth stanza. Alright, so I'll just give you some back preview of what we discussed in the fourth stanza because I feel that the fourth stanza was the most distinct here. Alright, so, in the fourth stanza, the poet concludes that, okay, my childhood will probably never come back because now it has gone to some forgotten place. Alright? Which can now only be seen in a baby's face. तो एक जो बच्चे की शक्ल होती है अब मेरा चाइल्डहुड वहाँ चला गया है क्योंकि जिस तरीके से मैं अपने चाइल्डहुड में था वही उसी तरीके से एक बच्चा अपने बचपन को एंजॉय कर रहा है और अभी मेरे पास सिर्फ मेमोरीज बाकी है मेरे चाइल्डहुड की और एंड में जो मैसेज हमें इस पोएम से मिलता है कि द इनोसेंस ऑफ द चाइल्डहुड स्टेज टिल द टाइम वन इज एन इन्फेंट एंड दैट इज ऑल ही नोस। ठीक है, सो इस पोएम से हमें ये सीख मिलती है कि जब एक बंदे के अंदर रैशनैलिटी आ जाती है, रैशनलिज्म आ जाता है, सॉरी, जब उसके अंदर इंडिविजुअलिटी आ जाती है और जब उसके अंदर ये दुनियादारी की समझ आ जाती है तब वो सही मायने में बड़ा हो जाता है। तो इसका मतलब इस पोएम में एक कन्फ्यूजन जो मैं देखती हूँ कि लोगों को ये लगता है कि हम बड़े तब होते हैं जब हम 18 से ऊपर हो जाते हैं। नहीं, पर इस पोएम के माध्यम से ये बताया गया है कि जब आपके अंदर ये तीन क्वालिटीज आ जाती हैं, दुनियादारी की समझ, इंडिविजुअलिटी एंड रैशनलिज्म, दैट इज व्हेन आप सही मायने में बड़े हो जाते हैं। और ये जो तीन चीजें हैं ये तीन पैराग्राफ्स में भी बताई गई हैं। तो जो हमारा पहला पैराग्राफ है वो बात करता है रैशनलिज्म के बारे में, प्रैक्टिकलिटी के बारे में, जब हमें सच में पता चल जाता है कि हेल एंड हेवन आर ओनली इमेजिनरी प्लेसेस। सेकंड स्टैंजा में वी टॉक्ड अबाउट कि दुनियादारी की समझ में आ जाती है, तो विच मीन्स वी बिकम मोर अवेयर about our worldly surroundings. All right, and sorry, yes, we become more aware of our worldly surroundings. All right, and the third stanza talks about individuality, which means that an individual can think and analyze on its own. All right, ठीक है, तो अब हम चलते हैं पोएम की तरफ फिर से। ठीक है, now this poem, in these three stanzas, it talked about when did my childhood go. So when and when, and in the end, where did my childhood go? All right, great. Okay, now let's talk about the question answers. Now I'm not going to follow that mandate कि मैं आपको लिखवाऊंगी question answers, नहीं। मेरे lessons में what we're going to do, we are going to talk to each other as discussions, ठीक है? And you can please take notes about whatever you feel is important. Okay? So identify the stanza that talks about each of the following. Now this question we have discussed. All right, individuality, rationalism and hypocrisy. So individuality is paragraph number 3 because when people think as individuals. Hypocrisy is paragraph number 2 and rationalism is paragraph number 1. All right, excellent. What, according to the poem, is involved in the process of growing up? All right. Now, there is one point which I want to put forward. Generally, because people and students, to be correct, that they don't consider NCERT as important. But believe me, that reading the NCERT is very important because in this question you get the answer right in front of you. What, according to the poem, is involved in the process of growing up? The 3 points that you have here, individuality, rationalism and hypocrisy, is what is involved in the process of growing up. To elaborate further, you can talk about that when a person realizes that his mind is entirely his own, he can think like an individual. When he becomes more aware of the world and understands the hypocrisy of adults, and when he becomes rational, when he realizes that hell and heaven do not exist and are imaginary places, or when he attains some sort of intelligence that he can handle things, that is when you become grown up. All right. What is the poet's feeling towards childhood? Now, the poet is cherishing and reminiscing his childhood. He feels that the childhood, it has gone uh, to some forgotten place that can now be seen uh, in the face of an infant, and he feels that childhood is where you are innocent, you are in your own imaginary world, you don't you are not aware of the world, everything is so rosy and beautiful. That is where you have childhood. All right. Now again, I'm repeating here, child becoming grown up does not mean that you're crossed 18. Childhood, losing childhood is the time when you lose your innocence, not when you become over 18. All right. All right. Which do you think are the most poetic lines and why? All right. So over here, this answer may vary, but what is the most accepted answer? That is, when did my childhood go? Because here it is the most pertinent question that the Marcus Nathan is asking. It is a line which summarizes the entire poem, and this is the question uh, behind which the motive of writing the poem is attached. That मेरा childhood गया कहाँ, या मेरा childhood कब गया. ठीक है. So you can write the answer as, when did my childhood go? All right then. So this is where we come to the end of this poem, and I hope that you understand the entire meaning and motive behind this poem. And most importantly, मैं आशा करती हूँ कि आपको मज़ा आया मेरे लेसन में, आपको मेरी एक्सप्लेनेशन पसंद आई. If yes, then please like this video and subscribe to Exam Candy. Thank you.